Hi, Mr. Unkert here, and in this basic HTML video, we're going to talk about images. So you can put images into your site, and it helps to make your site look better, make it a little more interesting to view. And there's a bunch of things I'm going to talk about in this video, one of those being where to find those images. So a place I like to find images is Pexels. So if you go to pexels.com, you can search for many images. For instance, I can put in, let's say, mountains, and pick out a really cool image. Let's try this one. All right, so I can download different sizes. Let's go for the medium size. All right, so it downloads this image, and I'm going to move it into the folder. I'm going to move it to my desktop, and then I'm going to go into my basic HTML site, and in here I'm going to create a folder. Create a folder, and I'm going to call it either images or IMG. Let's call it images. And then I can put the image in there and say something like mountains. Okay, so that's a mountains.jpg file. All right, so to include that image now, I'm going to do a less than, then image, then src equals. Okay, I want to go into that folder, so it's in the images folder, and it's called mountains.jpg. Okay, I also, when I'm making image, I want to have an alt tag, which describes the image. So image of a mountain. That's for people who are visually impaired, and that can help them out, and it also helps your SEO out. All right. The other thing I can include is the title of the image. Let's just call it mountains. Okay. I'm going to hit Control and save. I'm going to go back and reload it, and I've got this big, nice image on my website. It's pretty cool, right? But let's say I wanted the image to be smaller. Well, I can use height and width attributes to change it. So let's say I want it to be 300 pixels for the height, and we'll just say 300, and width 200. Let's say Control and save. Okay, and it changes it a bit. Now with this, I just picked out the random images. So it might not scale quite directly. It looks like it got squished down a little bit. So let's change the width to auto. Okay, and you'll notice it scales the image correctly. And to illustrate this further, let's make this 1000. Okay, this is not scaling it correctly. So now it looks like a very distorted picture, right? But we want to keep it the same. We'll put it on auto. And if you're using a mobile device, let's just say I wanted this to be, say, 400 pixels wide, and I wanted to set the height automatically, then I can do that. And then it scales it appropriately, and that could work for small devices. Now, you can place the images, say, above a paragraph. And below a paragraph. And you notice it's below a paragraph and also above a paragraph. You can also place images within a paragraph. So I'm going to just cut this and create a paragraph. Okay. And then paste it back in. We'll see how that looks. Okay, so now the paragraph is kind of next to it. It doesn't look that great. We can change the alignment. We can align the image to, say, the left. Okay, and then it actually wrapped around the the one below it. We don't necessarily want to do that. We can change it to top. Okay, then it aligns it up near the top. We can change it to bottom. Okay, then it aligns it near the bottom. Change it to middle. Okay. And it aligns it in the middle like that. We can say something aligning it in the middle is really cool. All right, and you'll notice that. And maybe we create a break. It helps it look nice on a page. Okay, something like that. And you notice sometimes it gets a little bit messed up when you do that, though. You can also align it to the right. Let's try that. Okay, so we've aligned the picture to the right. There's a lot of things you can do with alignment. I generally would put it above or below a paragraph. You can also make the image, quite a bit smaller. Help to align it a little bit better. Make it fit your website a little bit. Play with it. All kinds of things. So that's something you can mess with. The other thing you can do is, instead of putting the image within a paragraph, you can put it within a figure. Okay, and a lot of times this is a good practice. So we want to do the mountains.jpg. Let's make the height equal to 500 and the width auto. Okay, don't forget our alt tag, mountain picture, and call the title mountains. Okay, and then with this, you can create a fig caption, which is like a caption for your photo. Say a picture of the mountains from pexels.com. Okay, so you can do all that, and then you'll see that you have that fig caption with it. It's kind of set off in its own little figure there. That's one way to do it. Okay, so another thing I want to talk about with images, when you're putting images in, before we get to CSS, because CSS really helps you place the images a little bit better and that kind of stuff. And I would rather do CSS than aligning it. You notice I don't use the alignment a ton. But one thing I want to talk about is loading speed for the website. So with this photo, we just took it from Pexels. What you should do is optimize your photo. So you should go to picresize.com. It loads. And once this page loads, I don't know why it's taking so long. Probably because I'm doing a video. Let's try again. Okay. So once you go to pick resize, let's upload that image. Go to documents. Okay, and we're going to upload the picture, and then we're going to edit it. Okay, and usually this website's a lot faster. For some reason it's having a problem, but this is a great place to kind of edit the photos. All right, so we can change it. Let's make it 50% smaller. Let's have it better JPEG quality, and we're going to resize it. And this is going to cut the number of bytes of your photo. Like, you might get a photo from Pexels, it's like 5 megabytes, and then get it down to say something like this, like 136 kilobytes, which would help your website load a lot faster. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to move it into the other folder. And let's see. So it's now I would rename it, but just for the purposes of this video, I'm going to take the resized version and I'll see if it, yeah, and it's going to load a lot quicker. Okay. You can also make one last thing at the end of this video, and I'm kind of jumping around here because there's a lot you can do with pictures. But one thing you can do is you can also make it larger than what it originally was. So it was like 1290. You can make it 2000 if you really wanted to. And then, you know, you have an even bigger photo, and see, it's still not that bad even when you make it bigger. It loses a little bit of the pixelation, but you can change the size like that. One last thing, let's bring this down. Let's make it smaller. Make it smaller. One last thing is you can add a border. Again, I would typically do this in CSS, but let's say border of 10. Control save, and it gives it a border like so. So there's a bunch you can do with images. You can have fun with them in the website, but even without learning CSS just yet, you can start to align images, play with them a little bit, get them on your website. So far, we haven't done any CSS, and you can make lists, you can put images in, you can start to make kind of a pretty cool website without even knowing CSS just yet. It only gets better, so keep watching. If you have questions, leave comments in the comments below. If you like this video, like and subscribe. And again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.